BusterLIVE is a YouTube channel that makes incredibly bare-bones commentary content like the rest of the community, yet somehow still finds a way to only upload once a week. On a real note, fellas, I do want to apologize for the lack of consistency lately with the channel. Obviously, if you guys have been keeping an eye on the community tab, you'll know that I'm living currently with a roommate, and I'm moving out on my own pretty soon here, so it's difficult for me to really get on my content grind when I have people around all the time, and I can only make content at this time, and, you know, it's difficult. Anyways, enough boring shit out of the way. Today we're going to be talking about a complete and utter douchebag. It's past 30 seconds of the video, so I can say that now. Essentially, we're going to be talking about a guy on Twitch that just has no understanding of the fact that every name in his Twitch chat is a human being that helped make him successful and put him to the point where he is currently at. This is a very, very common trend among Twitch streamers, not really being appreciative for the audience that literally makes them. And well, today we have a shining example of that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you some context on a clip that I'm about to show you. Most of you watching this video probably don't need this context because the situation has been trending for about a week now on Twitter and on YouTube. But for those of you that don't know the context, a Twitch viewer had come to a Twitch streamer's Twitch chat, and this was a consistent viewer of this streamer, somebody that the streamer immediately recognized upon coming into their Twitch chat. Now, I guess the viewer hadn't been there for a couple weeks or something, and so upon the streamer seeing the viewer's name was like, "Oh, where have you been? It's been a while since I've seen you." This person then responded by saying, "My mom passed away, and so I haven't been able to be on the internet much lately," to which this streamer responded, "Well, I'll let the clip speak for itself."
Curvy, where the f have you been? Oh my god, well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna talk about it in my chat, because it's Friday, and that is a whole big bucket of bummer.
It's just a whole big bucket of bummer, you know? Just a whole big bucket of bummer. Oh, your mom died? Dude, like, how could you come ruin my vibes like that? Now, to be completely honest with you, I don't even think that any more needs to be shown, and this guy still would probably take biggest clown on Twitch of the year, but it gets worse, believe it or not.
Big bucket of bummer. And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat. Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Dirty Curvy, you said, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you?
Okay, and dude, I'm just, like, I'm so perplexed by this. Let me... How are you is a pretty open-ended question. There is a very large variety of answers that you can get, extending to all different sorts of emotions, different sorts of umbrellas. You asking how somebody is an open invitation to asking how they are, especially if this is somebody that, whether it's through online or in person, this is somebody that's actually telling you how they feel and trust you enough to tell you how they feel when you ask them and be honest with you about it. So no matter what way you look at this, you're a dick, and as you start to peel back the layers even more, you look like more of a dick. And now some of you sitting at home watching this might be like, oh, well, you seem to be going on quite a bit of a tear about this guy. Well, okay, listen, he's not done.
I said, hey, what's up? How are you? You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Kirby.
Like, what even is this ego? Where does it come from? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson while actively acting like an irrational douchebag that you probably shouldn't be taking lessons from. I don't know, dude. There is something that majorly screams man-child about this fucking loser to me.
Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Kirby. When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses. Good, and you know what? I'll make it through. That's it.
And yeah, he's not exactly wrong in saying this. Most people in the world would respond with either good or getting by, depending on how they're feeling. But that's not everybody. And if this is a consistent viewer that's been in your stream, the least you can do is say to them, you know, I'm sorry that your mom died. That's really tragic. And then move on. It takes you 5 seconds. You don't have to sit there and play therapist with your fucking viewers. They're not expecting that of you, I assure you. Maybe some are, but I don't think this person in particular was. It was literally like a Twitch chat that was 2 sentences long detailing how their past couple weeks has been. Like, they weren't asking you to guide them through a breakthrough therapy session.
That's it. How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. Yeah, I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive. There you go. Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Kirby, I'm just subtly trying to tell you.
Real quick, can someone remind this man what the definition of subtle is? Because I think he's way off in another universe with his.
That unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
Etiquette, you say? Etiquette, you say? No, it's nothing. It's just I find that interesting. That's all. Continue. Yeah, go on.
It's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. I figured this.
If literally anybody thought this dude knew what he was talking about or the words coming out of his mouth prior to this little fumble, I mean, it's obvious at this point. He's trying to justify what he's saying, and now he's tripping up in his words. He doesn't know what words to serve from his brain to his mouth, and he's just kind of word vomiting at this point. It is very entertaining when people are solo on the internet doing shit like talking to their chat in just chatting settings, and they f themselves over like this all on their own. It's like, Jesus, dude.
That's it. I figured this is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband left me for a younger woman, my house burnt down, and my car got stolen. So I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God, like,
oh, God, the minor inconvenience of having to pretend to be a decent person that actually gives a fuck about anybody but myself. Good Lord. Like, this guy is, I can't think of a better word for this guy than douchebag. I've actually never seen a human being that fits the criteria of what I would imagine a douchebag to be in the form of an insult. Like, he just perfectly encapsulates it. But believe it or not, he continues to make it worse. For someone that's trying to give advice on social etiquette, you're really bad at social etiquette. You have the social awareness of a goddamn toddler.
My car got stolen, so I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God, like, like, you know, like, if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy, just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while. Got it. That's it. I'm not trying to rip you a new ass.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the clip. But believe it or not, there is a significant amount more to this situation, such as this streamer going on and doubling down and solidifying his stance on all of this, then buckling and giving an apology afterwards, which we'll get into in detail right now. As I mentioned, this streamer did end up going on to make a video solidifying his statements made in this stream and doubling down on his position regarding this. I'll go ahead and show you guys that clip, and I'll let you guys be the judge of what you think of it.
Let's listen to it.
I've decided to make a video to address this whole situation regarding my reaction to someone's grief comments in my chat that have gained traction on Twitter, which is, you know, why we're here, is why we're doing this. There's a few things that I'd like to make clear about the matter at hand. Firstly, it is well known in my channel that I do not tolerate heavy news, drama, or trauma dumping, if you will, being entered or dropped into the chat. This has been discussed and explained and made clear many times while I've been live over the last 4+ years that I've been on Twitch.
Obviously, I think this is just ridiculous. I think it's him doubling down and not wanting to admit he was wrong. And overall, I think it's just a very irresponsible cop-out from somebody who, realistically, as a content creator, does bear a little bit of responsibility to not be an asshole.
I don't even get it. It's such a simple response you could have given, and he's still choosing to die on the hill.
Now, I understand that I was somewhat harsh and crass and insensitive to this woman. I'm sorry for that. I have apologized. I'm still sorry for it. I'm sorry for hurting her feelings and for being, you know, cunty about it. But I'm not sorry for reminding her and others in the community to leave your baggage at the door when you enter someone's chat.
Leave your baggage. It's so much baggage. All that baggage you just brought into this chat, you know what I mean? Those 2 sentences where you summed up the last couple weeks of your life and how fucking miserable it's been, and the fact that you probably wanted to write an entire Google document in my chat because you're a consistent viewer of mine, and you probably just wanted to vent about your mom dying because I literally asked you, fuck you, fuck your baggage, you're a piece of shit.
I should have just skipped over her comments and moved on, but I didn't. And people make mistakes, and that happens to be one of the mistakes that I've made.
And yeah, I think Muda said it best at the start of this clip. This guy clearly has no other intention than dying on this hill. He genuinely believes that you should be able to strut around treating your viewers like dog shit on the platform, the people who pay for your fucking food that goes on your table. I'm sure this guy would make a great cop. Not all of you are gonna get that, but some of you will. Anyways, fellas, I don't got much more to say about this situation. I've pretty much said it all already. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with me down below. Let me know if I missed any of this situation, forgot to include anything. Do you think this guy was in the right for this, or do you think he was in the wrong? Obviously, most people think he was in the wrong, but I want to know if you have an opposing opinion. Let me know all that stuff down below. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and with all that out of the way, I'm out of here. Peace.